So this is the start to my last video for Inktober, and as you might have seen from my last video, this was the last one I've done. So today I'm going to be starting a whole new one, and it should be actually Shy Lily. So I'm actually a huge fan of Shy Lily. I just want to do a sketch of her first, and then I will get to working on her. I'm hoping that this video doesn't take as long as some of the other ones did. I have about, I think, 10 days left of my Inktober experience. And yeah, I wanted to record everything for it. So just about 10 more drawings left, and I will see you soon.
Okay, so as I am working on Shy Lily, everyone probably knows that this is my Oshi. I take a lot of inspiration from her design-wise because I love sea creatures and that kind of stuff. But also, I just love her content. I love her demeanor. She is hilarious. She also is, she's just like my comfort VTuber. And there's a couple of these in my sketchbook as I go on. So the basic thing for this video is learning from Inktober. So I noticed throughout my Inktober experience, and it's also going to be very apparent at the end of the video where I showcase everything, is what I've learned from Inktober just in general. Inktober this year really was it was a good thing for me. One of the things that I learned was I do need to just draw. Like, I need to take time out to go and just draw things, because I've been really battling with a lot of mental health, a lot of physical health, and taking the time out to go and just focus on a drawing, focus on my art, really was a helpful thing for my own health. And you know, that is something that I learned from this experience. Even if it wasn't like once a day to draw, maybe doing like once every 2 days, once every 3 days, pumping out a drawing, or even just taking time to draw a large drawing for multiple days and just taking my time on it. It gave me that ability to just sit and focus on something rather than focus on problems that I was having in life. So as everybody was knowing during this time of Inktober, I was dealing with a job loss, and I actually will be happy to say that I have a new job. And I know that that's going to affect my art, that's going to affect my streaming schedule, it's going to affect a lot of things. But I feel like going and taking this time, this was my journaling activity. It was helpful for me to just sit down, get my thoughts going, my thoughts out, having a goal and having that ability to just, you know, sit and draw was just super, super helpful to me. And I can see a lot of my friends and family could see this too. I brought I actually pulled out my iPad again, because I normally don't go on my iPad or go and do stuff on Procreate, and I pulled it out while I was at my parents' house the other day, and I was just drawing. And my mom, I can tell from her face, and she was just so happy to see me just draw, just have fun. And I showed her my little drawing. It's actually a little sticker for like my freebies for Etsy, and I can tell like she was super excited to see me work on art again. Another thing I could tell was my motivation was coming back. I could tell I was growing a lot throughout this process. And all of my drawings, I can tell, definitely when we get to the Shoto versus the Kenji drawing, I can tell so much that I learned so much more about male anatomy, because male anatomy is hard for me. I'm very good at drawing females. I've always drawn females. I've had female characters, female OCs, but male OCs were always a difficult thing for me. And so taking that time to go and work on male anatomy, male OCs, and I even did like a little practice on Twitch and YouTube, a stream, and I'm actually probably going to do more of those practices because it was actually a really fun stream. I think a lot of people really enjoyed seeing how I look about doing some practice. I was just drawing. I was just trying to see how well I could go and like map out anatomy and stuff. And I think that helped throughout my entire process as well with these other drawings. Being able to come up with a plan and being focused on that plan also really helped. So a lot of these drawings are pre-drawn with pencil, and I actually continue that process throughout this entire thing. So there's my first one. The things that I actually have been working on throughout this period of time, just getting a lot done as I am trying to approach the end of Inktober. So this next one I'm doing is the fifth one from the end. So let me get started on getting this inked up, and we will continue forward. So continuing on with this learning from Inktober experience, I am now drawing Onigiri, who is a food VTuber. And if anybody wants to know, I love food. I love I like baking. I like cooking. And it's something that I have learned this year that I've really liked doing. And that was through things like HelloFresh and stuff like this. So have I been cooking as much as I have been since I've been out of work? Not really. But I've been doing a lot of pre-made things. But also I have been doing a lot of just... I do some things with cooking, such as make like multiple batches for things. And that is something I'm hoping to get back into when I when I have like this new job that I start in December. So motivations as I was working with this and learning. So I learned... One of the other things I learned was I really like inking. I really like the inking process. I really like the line art process. And I feel like this line art is really going to help me even with my digital work. And I liked traditionally doing it too. Like I found out that I really like using the fine liners, like the micron fine liners. But I think the biggest thing that I found out I really liked was my medium brush pen. I love my medium brush pen. This was something that I really didn't have a lot of experience with. And using that throughout this process, I felt like really upped my artwork. Learning about that composition, learning about negative space, that was something I had to learn more of. I could have just left it as is with a lot of these drawings. I could have left them with blank white backgrounds, but pushing myself to make a cohesive composition and really doing that was one of my main goals through this year as well. So I felt like that black pen really helped with that negative space, and also using my white gel pen and also my white paint pen also helped, and finding out and using them properly, because I really I've always been in quite a rush to make art, and I felt like when I was working on my artwork throughout this period of time, I learned to slow down again, take my time, and focus my efforts not on things that I used to, focus on, which I always have been very much a perfectionist, but also just focus on how can I make my composition better? How can I bring out certain things such as shines and shadows and so on. And this has always been a struggle for me, is color and color theory. So learning about how to do these shadows, highlights, working on how to best cohesively showcase this was one of the things that I can tell I can bring to my other drawings. So as I continue on with this one, as you see, I also played around with making things more three-dimensional, especially with my line art. And I am planning on doing a line video soon about the elements of line, how you can boost up line, make line look a lot better even with line art. And that is something that I really struggled with in the past, and I would like to bring back to everyone else. And so I can tell from my first drawings to now how much easier this got. Even with speed, I was a lot more speedy with my last drawing than I was with my first drawing. And that just came with practice. That just came with observation and figuring out how to best, just some best practices. And, it's something that I really was, it was like one of those things, like it was something little. And being able to see myself grow each and every day was actually a really fun thing to watch. I know that I also really enjoyed making things a little bit more messier. It brought some personality to my art. I know like some things, like it looked perfect and pristine, but even doing like little messier lines on that hair, as you notice, just made me really appreciate this more. Even lining out the drawing as making it pop out. I just really enjoyed working on this art, and I also it was one of those things, like giving myself time to do it was, one of the biggest things that I learned from this experience, because we're all busy, and sometimes like being busy means, especially in life, you neglect these things that you used to do. So it was just really a nice experience. That's something that I learned as I work on the rest of this. And other things I learned, patience. Definitely patience as I was working on this entire project. I learned that I needed to give myself more time to work on projects like this. A lot of people fail Inktober. Probably like, I can say probably like 90% of people fail Inktober. And that's because they don't give themselves a plan or patience. Okay, so I cannot believe I am almost done with Inktober. I wanted to show you some of the drawings that I did before this, and then after this entire video is done and over, I will go and I'll go and show you every single drawing as well. So I've been working hard trying to get this thing done. Really excited about kind of how all of these have really turned out. Got some great feedback, and you can tell I have really grown throughout this process, and it's going to be even more apparent when I get everything completed. So my last one's going to be Doki Bird, and yeah, I want to go and just say thank you guys so much so far, and let's finish this one off. Last one on my Yap tour is Doki Bird. So Doki Bird really came up on my radar after she graduated from Niju Sanji. And honestly, I love this new look that she has. I like that she went back to her old artist from Niju Sanji to go and grab this. So when it came to learning as well, I will say giving myself more time was one of the things, but also coming in with everything as with a plan and giving myself, you know, more time to do it was something that I learned. Sometimes we don't have the time management to work on things. And also time management is not a lot of people's strong suits. Sometimes life gets in the way and you just have to plan for that. But as I worked on this, I really, focused. I had people in my corner go and tell me, they're like, Bonnie, you gotta draw tonight. And I was like, I don't want to, but they encouraged me. I had people on social media who are rooting for me throughout this entire process. I had my boyfriend one day, especially during this week as I was working on Sayu's. It was a Sino-inspired Sayu who just was watching me draw, and I thought that was very fun to go and have somebody to talk to as I was drawing. So as I knew like this was going to be my last drawing, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm so excited about this. But I still continued to put in the same effort that I did with all of my other drawings because I was right at the finish line. It's like a marathon. You got to go and pace yourself. And sometimes you just want to be done with things, and I try to not go and get myself into that mindset of I'm almost done. I want to just throw out a drawing, which is not fair to the other drawings that are in my book that I continue to work with. So I continued to focus, and I finished this yesterday. So I was like, oh man, I'm so happy to finish this. But I was so excited. I literally told my friends and family, I was like, I'm done! And it was so exciting to be happy about a project that I haven't done a project like this in a long time. So again, it was such an accomplishment for me, and sometimes having a little goal is what's worth it. So as I finish this up, I'm so excited to show you the rest of my Inktober drawings at the end of this. So as I want to show you my growth during this entire process, and also I'm just so happy that I did this. I was motivated enough to do this. I am going to digitally alter all of these in Photoshop and Clip Studio Paint, but I'm going to give myself some time to process on these drawings. I know some drawings, like my Shoto one, definitely will be very much heavily worked on, but other ones not so much. And you'll see these next year for sure, especially in a zine and like in print form. So as I continue on with the little things on this drawing, as you notice, tell me in the comments, what was your favorite drawing in this entire section? Personally, I really absolutely love, I love my Michi Mochivi. As I am showing all of this, I know the Maidlement is going to be a sticker. I have friends who absolutely love the details in some of them, especially the series fauna one. That's probably one of my favorites, along with the Monarch one. I had some really good feedback on some other drawings as well, especially from Mariume and Umbre. Had some really cool stuff from Crazy Ollie, but I also really like the Keisan one with the Yakuza tattoo. That was from Yakuza, and the Ninama Ionis. Also love the Shy Lily one. And the Shiori novella. There's so many circles in that one. My god. Natsunami friended me on Twitter too. But as you notice, this is just like really fun. A really fun thing. So like, comment, stay tuned for more content. You're gonna see more from me, and see you later.